What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. This is T from T-Dubb BBQ, and today we're doing a no brine smoked turkey. That's right, no brine. So I know what you're probably thinking. Isn't brining the best way to achieve juiciness, the best way to achieve flavor throughout the bird? Yes, it is. But this video is for that person who may not have had time to brine, or that person who's doing the turkey at the last minute. So what I'm here to show you is that you don't necessarily have to brine if you don't have the time, and you don't have to be afraid. So before we get into this video, make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you like this video, and please share. Let's smoke a turkey, y'all. Here we have a 12 or 13 pound turkey, and this little plastic piece was in here, and I took that out. Some people cook the turkey with it inside and use it to hold the legs down, but I don't. And stuffed inside here, you have your turkey neck, the skin on. You also have your giblets, your little heart and stuff like that. And then one thing you're also going to notice is the elongated turkey neck here, the skin that's left over. So I'm going to get this trimmed off, get this cleaned up, and ready for seasoning. Okay, so here's the turkey all washed and cleaned, ready for seasoning. I also made sure that I dried the skin. Drying the skin is also very important when you want to get nice and crisp skin. Get some room temperature butter, and what we're going to do is just coat it all over this turkey, and then we're going to come over with some seasoning. And so I'm just covering the back right now because I'm seasoning the back first, and then I'm gonna flip it over, but making sure to get these wings. I'm just gonna get it nice and covered. I used to do a butter compound years ago. That was my go-to. And all a butter compound is just, as you guessed it, some room temperature butter, and you just put your herbs and your seasonings in there, your favorite seasonings, and mix it together and just spread it over. But the last couple of years, I have been just putting butter on the outside or olive oil and just seasoning it like this. I found this way a little easier. Just depends on your preference, because the butter compound is pretty nice, because guess what? It saves you a step. If I had that butter compound, I would be done pretty much with the seasoning on the backside by now. And so got this nice and buttered up, and what you're going to do is you're just going to use your favorite seasoning. I'm going to come in with a first layer of chicken rub, and then go with some different seasonings. I really haven't decided yet, but I got a couple of options. So gonna get this nice and seasoned up and flipped over. So I have it on the other side, and one of the most important things you want to do is season inside the cavity. In addition to seasoning inside the cavity, what you want to do is make sure you get in here underneath the skin and get your seasoning, kind of pull that skin up and get your seasoning in here underneath the skin. That's going to give you a lot of flavor as well. So make sure you do that on both sides. And also the breast, I like to come this way and get underneath. As you can see that? And I'm also going to put some pats of butter underneath the skin. But do this on both sides, and also make sure after you flip it over, you want to make sure you season underneath the wing and inside the wing. And then once you're done seasoning, what you're going to do is just tuck those wings underneath there. And I'll come back and show you all, but I'm going to get this nice and covered with butter. Gonna get some underneath, but let me show you here. around. So just gonna lift this whole bird up and season underneath and get it under here on the actual meat. And when we come back, this will be seasoned up. And here we have a few vegetables I'm going to stuff it with. We have some celery, green peppers, onion, and some cloves of garlic chopped up. I normally add carrots too. I forgot the carrots, but again, this is a simple recipe for you all to follow. So what I also use to season the turkey with is this garlic and herb by Carter's Barbecue. This is fantastic stuff. As you can see, we're almost out. So then again, maybe I won't season these vegetables with that. I'll probably just keep it with some oregano and some other stuff. But I'm gonna get this seasoned up, get it oiled up, put some oil in here. That's very important before you season. Get some oil in here, just some olive oil, and get it seasoned up and get it put inside the turkey. Um, and so I'm about to go outside and get the pit ready. And while the pit is getting ready, the seasoning is really going to settle into this turkey. Overnight would be preferred, but again, this is a simple recipe if you didn't have time for overnight. So see you outside, guys. Okay, so we have the turkey out here. We have it on the grill. We have a piece of post oak on this side, we have a pecan chunk on that side. We have some unlit briquettes on both sides, and we lit some lump charcoal on this side and that side. And we're using harder charcoal, which is the official charcoal of the Black Smoke Barbecue podcast. Grab you some. I have the information down in the description. But if you use code Black Smoke, you'll get a discount on it. It's some really good stuff. And so I'm just going to close the lid down and let it do its thing. Top vents are going to be about halfway. Okay, so while that turkey is outside doing its thing, I want to cover some items. One of the most important, if not the most important thing, is making sure you allow enough time to properly and safely thaw out your turkey. If you have a turkey about 12 to 14 pounds, that's going to be about 2.5 to 3 days in the refrigerator in the unopened bag. You don't want to open the bag until it's time to prepare your turkey. And so if you have a larger turkey, of course, you want to adjust your thawing time. Say you have a 16 to 18 pound turkey, that's going to be eh, about 3 to 4 days. But you can always feel the bag and see where the turkey is, with thawing out. You also want to make sure that when you do thaw out the turkey, you're checking on the inside. For one, there's a turkey neck, there's a package of giblets inside, and there could also be ice on the inside. So if there's ice on the inside, if you're not one of those people who clean your turkey, you just pretty much take it out of the bag, at least make sure that ice and all the stuff that's on the inside has been removed. If there's ice on the inside, it's going to be hard to get an even cook throughout that bird. So make sure the ice is removed. I'm not frying a turkey, but if you're frying a turkey or you know someone who's frying a turkey, if there's ice on the inside, when you drop that turkey in the oil, it's going to explode and it's going to be a fire and it's not going to be good. So please make sure there isn't any ice on the inside. So let's say you don't have 3, 4 days to thaw out the turkey. You're cooking the turkey today or tomorrow. For whatever reason, you forgot to put it in the refrigerator. You are able to thaw out your turkey in some cold water. You take the unopened bag of turkey, you put it in cold water, and you can thaw it out anywhere from 6 to 8 hours. Once that's thawed out, you have to prepare your turkey and cook it, or you can put it in the refrigerator. That's also an option. But please, if you have time, start putting your turkey in the refrigerator now. Also, with your cooking times may vary. A 12 to 14 pound turkey is going to be about 4 hours at 325. But if you're smoking your turkey, if you're doing something outside, the temperatures could jump. So you want to have a meat thermometer so you can check your temperatures. And so a safe internal temperature for the breast part will be 160. I like to take mine to 163, 164 before I pull it off. That's just my preference, but A safe temperature to pull at is 160. If you've been doing this a while and you know you can pull it at 150 and you still want to reach that 160, by all means. But if this is your first time and you're a little nervous and you don't want to get people sick, at least take it to 160. You'll be fine. So make sure that you're checking your temperatures and make sure you don't let it go too long. And so those are just a few items that I wanted to cover. And let's get back to this cook. Okay, so it's been about 2 hours, and I'm gonna take a look at this. So now what we're about to do is just spread the coals around and get this temperature kicked up. And that's how we get the crisp skin. You kick that temperature up. You go low and slow at first just to get the smoke on there, and then you kick the temperature up. So after I move these coals around and get that temperature kicked up, the next time you see me will be when I'm inside. Okay, so here is the finished product, and the skin is crispy. I don't know if you can hear this. Nice crispy skin. And here we go with the moment of truth, the cut. Okay, so and I am in no way a professional carver, so no judgment, but you can hear the juiciness, and hopefully you can see. You can hear that. Hope you can see the juiciness in there, but it's nice and juicy, guys.